Hello FPL fans and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the buy, hold, sell for FPL Game Week 30. In this video we're going to be taking a look at some buy options, hold options and sell options to assist you guys with your transfers for the upcoming game week. So just before we get into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to show support for the channel and share this video with your friends if you guys are enjoying this type of content. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So first of all, taking a look at the buy options for Game Week 30, starting off with Diogo Jota. Jota is coming in at £6.7 million, but a fairly low 4.5% ownership, as he presents himself as a very good differential option in the middle of the park. This season, Jota has got himself 6 goals, which has been very impressive for Liverpool, considering his minimal starting time. He has scored a total of 57 points this season, which is very impressive as he only has 8 Premier League starts. This season, Diogo Jota has an XG of 2.86, which means he is converting quite a lot of chances, even though they aren't the best opportunities, which is exactly what you want for an FPL asset. Liverpool do have some good upcoming fixtures, as they face Arsenal, Aston Villa and Leeds as their next 3. Diogo Jota did get himself a goal in his most recent match, getting himself 8 points against the Wolves, so he is carrying in some good form to the upcoming game weeks, and just considering if he can get good starting time for Liverpool, he is a great alternative to the likes of Mo Salah or Sadio Mane, who are quite pricey. Also, if you are getting rid of Mo Salah, then Diogo Jota would be a good like-for-like Liverpool replacement, as Diogo Jota seems to be a more consistent performer. Moving on to the second buy option, it is Jesse Lingard, coming in at £6.2 million. Still only owned by 15.3% of managers, he is also a good differential punt in midfield. In just 7 matches for West Ham this season, Jesse Lingard has got himself 8 attacking returns with 5 goals and 3 assists, recording 56 FPL points over this period. Jesse Lingard has an XG of 2.95, as he is another one that is outperforming the XG, meaning that he is taking all the chances. Once again, this is exactly what you want for an FPL asset, as if you can have a player that takes all their chances and can create something out of nothing, outperforming your XG is a very good stat for FPL players, as if they are taking their chances you can reap all the points. West Ham's next 3 matches include Wolves, Leicester and Newcastle, which is a decent batch of fixtures. They also do play in blank game week 33 as well, which is another reason to get Jesse Lingard in the side. And moving on to the third buy option, it is Heung-min Son from the Spurs. Son is coming in at £9.4 million and has seen quite a dramatic ownership drop up to 44%. He was sitting around that 60% mark just a few weeks ago, so if you are part of that 16% of people that don't own him at the moment, it could be worthwhile considering popping him back into the squad, as he should be back from his injury to face Newcastle in Spurs' next match. Son has been prolific this season for his owners, getting himself 13 goals and 9 assists with an XG of 8.79, and he is the third player that is outperforming the XG on this list. With an ICT index rank of 5, he's been so good this season for FPL points, getting 179 total points. Spurs' next 3 matches include Newcastle, Manchester United and Everton, which is a decent batch of fixtures, so if Son can return for these next 3 matches, it could be good for his owners, as he will reap all the points. Also, with Harry Kane back in the side firing as well, it just makes Son's returns all the more likely. So now moving on to the hold options, starting off with Luke Shaw. Shaw is coming in at £5.2 million with a 13.5% ownership, which has seen a bit of a decrease over the recent weeks. Shaw has got himself 1 goal and 5 assists this season, which is quite impressive considering that he is a left back. He has also recorded 9 clean sheets for Manchester United, which does place him as the 11th highest scoring defender. Shaw has recorded 108 FPL points this season and has been quite a solid budget option at the back. His XG is 0.58, which is pretty decent for a defender, and Manchester United have some decent upcoming fixtures, which include Brighton, Spurs and Burnley. I would say 2 out of their next 3 are likely for a clean sheet, so for that reason Luke Shaw would be a solid hold. Moving on to the next player in Ollie Watkins, he is coming in at £6.6 million with a 27.4% ownership, which has decreased by about 10% recently. Watkins has got himself 10 goals and 6 assists and has been very good value up top for his £6 million price tag coming in at the start of the season. He does have a number 2 ICT index rank for forwards, which just highlights the quality of chances that he is getting, as despite not getting the most goals in the recent game weeks, he does have a very good XG of 13.01 and is getting so many good chances to score, so you just feel like it could be any time now where Ollie Watkins gets a haul. With a total of 120 points and the upcoming fixtures of Fulham and Liverpool, especially that next one against Fulham, it's definitely not worthwhile removing him from the squads just for that one. And moving on to the third hold, which is Patrick Bamford, coming in at £6.7 million. He's owned by 48.4% of managers and has one of the highest ownerships in the game. With 14 goals and 9 assists, he has been great value for his £6.7 million price tag, and has also got himself an extra 14.47, which is one of the top amongst forwards. With the ICT index rank of 3 for forwards, it also highlights the amount of chances that he is getting, and his total points being 156 further highlights his great value up top. He does have some tricky upcoming fixtures, with his next 3 including Sheffield, Manchester City and Liverpool. If you can see past these game weeks though, he does play in blank game week 33 against Manchester United, and then after that fixture in game week 33, the remainder of the season for Leeds have no higher matches than an FDI rating of 3. So if you can just nut it out for the short term with Patrick Bamford, remove some of the other Leeds assets and keep him in, especially considering his high ownership, you will be rewarded in the back end of the season. And now moving on to the sell options, starting off with Lewis Dunk. Dunk is coming in at £5 million with a 9.4% ownership, as he is averaging 4.8 points over his last 5 games. In his last 2 matches, he has recorded 16 points and has been pretty good value for his 4 goals and 8 clean sheets this season. He has scored 101 total points and has been a good differential option at the back, but with Brighton's fixture turn, facing Manchester United and Everton as their next 2, which is then followed up by a blank, it could be worthwhile to remove Lewis Dunk and look for another defender around that £5 million price tag. Obviously, you'd say it is unlikely that Brighton do get themselves a clean sheet in their next 2 matches, so it could be worthwhile moving Lewis Dunk on and going for a different defender. Moving on to the second player, it is Aubameyang, who's coming in at £11.5 million. He does have an 11.1% ownership, which has seen quite a dramatic reduction recently, as a lot of players did get him back into the squad, as he went through a nice little purple patch there, getting a 20-point haul, which he then backed up with a goal in one of his recent matches. Arsenal did have some good fixtures recently, and considering that Aubameyang is coming in at £11.5 million, you need someone that is going to drip in those consistent returns for the squad. Arsenal do have some okay upcoming fixtures, as 2 out of their next 4 matches are given as the FDR rating of 2, and considering that Aubameyang isn't getting the best game time, not starting 2 out of his recent 4 matches, it is worthwhile moving him on and going for the likes of a Kevin De Bruyne, a Mo Salah or a Bruno Fernandes around that similar price range. This does bring me to my third player, who is the most expensive player in the game, Mo Salah. At a £12.4 million price tag, he only has a 29% ownership. This is obviously dramatically reduced over the recent weeks, as Salah has not been in the best form recently. Salah has failed to get himself a return in his last 5 game weeks and has definitely looked out of sorts for the Reds. Liverpool's next 3 fixtures include Arsenal, Aston Villa and Leeds, which is looking okay. They aren't necessarily good or bad fixtures, but Mo Salah has just been out of sorts recently, and when you're paying that kind of money for him, you need better returns. He has got an ICT index rank of 2 with 174 total points, but if you could downgrade or sidegrade him to another premier midfielder or to the likes of Diogo Jota to save some money, it could be worthwhile to do so, as if you are paying those big bucks for Mo Salah, you need those returns. So that's what I've got for today for the buy, hold, sell of FPL Game Week 30. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to show support for the channel. And once again, share this video with your friends if you guys are enjoying this type of content. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.